Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going to the basics of algebra, from easy to medium to hard to some a little more challenging. So this is, let's say, 8th grade level maybe. So algebra, arguably the most important video I'm making yet so far, because algebra will tie back into everything that we do later on, and well, you'll probably see this a lot. So let's go into the basics. In the 8th grade level, we'll mostly be solving for one variable, which is x. A variable is, let's say, like a letter or something that represents an unknown. So here we have a number plus 7 equals 15. So how do we solve this? So we can do x plus 7 equals 15. We can solve this by moving the 7 to the right side and isolating the x so that the x is by itself. So x equals 15 minus 7, because when we're moving something to the other side, we must subtract this 7 from this side, so these cancel out, and subtract 7 from this side. So yeah, x equals 15 minus 7, which is 8. So x equals 8. Next question. 2x plus 5 equals 17. So 2x plus 5 equals 17. First, we can get rid of this 5, move this 5 to this side by subtracting this by 5. Minus 5, this cancels out, it becomes 0. 2x, okay, 2x equals 17 minus 5. So 2x equals 12. So can we just subtract by 2 to get rid of this? No, we cannot. You would be wrong. So this is actually a multiplication. When there's no addition or subtraction sign next to here, these two are being multiplied by each other. So how do we get rid of a multiplication? By doing the opposite, by dividing. So let's divide this by 2, divide this by 2. So these two cross out. X equals 12 divided by 2, which is 6. And if you're ever unsure of your answer, you can always check by plugging what you got back into the formula. So over here, 2, we got 6 for x, so x equals 6 plus 5 equals 17. Now let's see if this side actually equals 17. So 2 times 6, 12, 12 plus 5, would you look at that? It equals 17. So now we know that we are correct. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when you're solving an algebraic equation, you should typically have your numbers right on top or below each other in order to make it easier for your teacher or professor to read. Okay, let's move on to this more complex one. Oh wait, we didn't do this one yet. Okay, so 3 bracket x plus 2 bracket equals 21. So what do we do here? We see brackets. What does this mean? It means we must distribute this 3 into everything that's inside of this bracket. So it's called the distributive property. So anytime there's a number outside of brackets enclosing something in, you would distribute what's on the outside into everything that's on the inside. This will come later on in the factoring unit, so it's good to know. So after you distribute it, you get 3x plus 6 equals 21. Now this equation is very similar to this one that we just did, so it's the same steps. So minus 6, turn this to 0, cancel it out. So 3x equals 21 minus 6, which is 15. And then we want to isolate x by itself, divide it by 3, divide this by 3, 15 divided by 3, x equals 5. And if you notice, I'm trying to keep all the numbers and equal signs aligned with each other to make things just more organized, and that's what you should be doing when you're solving an algebraic equation. So yeah, now let's move on to the final boss, the hardest question on this board. If you can solve this question on your own, then I think you're ready to continue on with some more advanced algebra. I'll give you a second to try and solve this by yourself. So you can pause the video here and try it. I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, time's up. We are going to solve this together. So 4 bracket x minus 3 equals 2x plus 10. So this looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? It's the same as this. Distributive property. We must distribute this 4 into everything inside of this bracket. 4x minus 12, because 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So this equals 2x plus 10. So what do we do here? We have x's on both sides. Well, simple. You can choose to isolate the x on either one of the sides by either moving the 2x over here or the 4x over here. But moving the 4x over there would give us a negative x, and we don't really want that. So instead, let's move the 2x over here to the 4x. But first, let's move this over here because we want the x's all by themselves. So how do we get rid of a negative or a subtraction? Well, just do the opposite. You add 12, so this turns to 0, cancels out, plus 12. So 4x equals 2x plus 22. Now we want to move these x's over here. So how do we do that? We can, well, you may think we can divide it, which I'm pretty sure we can do that as well, but, oh, oops. You can also, if they're together in the same term, you can just minus 2x, minus 2x. So, boom, bam, this turns into 2x equals 22. So now, we divide this by 2, divide this by 2, we find that x equals 11. And there you go. If you can solve this question on your own, then you have mastered the first part of algebra, which I also think is the most important part. Well, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.